What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 43 of my Total Warhammer 3 Nkari / Seducers of Slaanesh campaign. So as we saw last time, we approach the final battle with Nkari only one turn away from being fully healed up and ready to head through the rift and for the final fight. Nobody else can threaten us because nobody else has any souls, and Kislev is pretty much broken. We have both Kislev itself now, as well as Prague and sort of Erengrad, just by virtue of having a vassal keeping it. Speaking of vassals, there was a comment that perhaps maybe we still want to actually seduce the western provinces and then force them to fight the northern provinces, but I don't really want to risk that right now. I'll think about it in terms of I still want to do the apocalypse thing, so maybe we seduce one of them. I was originally thinking maybe we seduce the Celestial Loyalists and then force them to fight these guys, but the western provinces are much stronger. They're not nearly as strong as the northern provinces in terms of strength of power right now, but they are still pretty good, and they are kind of intertwined. But I still want to get all cults built up in all of the northern province locations at least, and then depending on who we decide to apocalypse and who we decide to seduce, we'll see. I just want to make sure that we leave that to, like, basically the very end episode or the last two episodes, mostly because I don't know what will happen if we actually seduce the enemy. I believe what will happen is that every single one of our vassals will instantly start to hate us because we have suddenly become intertwined in terms of the, well, not in Slaaneshi terms, unfortunately, but with a faction that they really dislike. So it's suddenly a lot of agreements, including vassalage. I don't know if it'll count like broken agreements with them or anything like that, and I hope that they don't declare war on us immediately, but I am pretty curious to find out, which is why I feel like we gotta seduce at least one of the factions, maybe a main faction, or maybe the Loyalists here. Yeah, I'll give that some thought. But either way, we have to end a turn. We have to get a little bit more devotees. We have to defeat LAKOR, and we probably should finish off Kislev, though I'm not super big on it at this point because they're basically dead anyway. We've defeated their main armies. Maybe a few more fights for Syndancer. Oh, speaking of Syndancer, there was a comment to try to get some Minotaurs in this army, but unfortunately I took a look and we don't have access to Minotaurs. One of the only units that we don't actually have access to right now, which is a crying shame. Once again, I don't want to use soul grinders in this particular army because it would then be too similar to other armies in form. Some sort of heavy infantry would be nice. Maybe we could just, you know what, I want to give the Burning Chariots at least one more try. Somebody commented in another episode they have their alternate form of fire. Maybe that'll make them a little bit more worth our time. Well, I'll see. Otherwise, maybe we just replace them with some Khorne units to be the tank. Somebody needs to tank for the Fiends of Slaanesh, and if it can't be Minotaurs, I don't know who else it could be. Something that doesn't die super quick, but also doesn't seem very similar to other armies. We could also do the classic anvil by making Plague Bearers, but we can't make 4 of them unless we go for the regular Plague Bearers, and they're a little bit on the too weak side, in my opinion. And I'll think about it. I'm still experimenting with that damn army. Otherwise, I've done all the Villutreska-ing and general admin between the episodes as usual. Just want to see if anybody else has any moves left. Wait. I think I wanted to delete one of the Ignavias. It's gonna be you, right? Well, I suppose that the dwarves could jump over stuff. Although, at this point, we've created quite a terrible situation for the dwarves, so even if they do... you know what, let's just leave it there. The only thing is, it's costing us disciples per turn, which I don't like. The disciple armies are costing us 80 per turn. Do we really need this at the Temple of Heimkel? Do we really? You know what, I think we'll be fine without it. Hopefully I don't regret this, but you know what, whatever. None of these territories really matter all that much anyway. Now we're down to, oh, that doesn't change for the turn that you disband an army? Alright, I guess we'll see the change next turn. Or possibly, by virtue of the fact that we are probably going to attack with Nkari, or we're going to head into the rift with Nkari. Go end turn, unless we get attacked somewhere. Oh damn, I forgot to move Zemo. I don't remember whether Zemo is in range of a call. I guess we'll find out in a second. Oh look, Talzin doesn't have Minotaurs himself. Unfortunate for him. Oh, Seepgore is under siege. I don't Wait, our force... Oh, right. That was one of our little disciple armies sieging. Our ally has been attacked by Tzeentch, okay? Enter war on side of allies, sure. Alright, Kurgan destroyed... Oh, they didn't get attacked. As in Zemo didn't. Ambusher discovered. And Volvatrix. Move up to here. Let us destroy Seepgore. Move all of these stupid little armies up. Destroy Seepgore, and then maybe... Oh, damn, we got another rebellious army here. Well, that'll probably take out Karak Peak for us, which means we could delete this so that we get our points back and get our 10,000. Then we could try moving on to the Silver Pinnacle. Man, yeah, the dwarfs are in pretty bad shape. I mean, honestly, all the Darklands are basically gone, which I do kind of like. We still need to destroy the Fort Dorjny Vort, though. Ooh, Uzkalak, you get an upgrade. Fort Dorjny Vort, we will hit you at with Ignavii. Also, Viditas, maybe you want to assault those units if you can. Hey, you succeeded. Well done, Viditas. And quite a bit of damage. Actually, on those Giant Slayers is very nice. Those are the best units that you could have taken out because they are a threat to our precious, adorable feral mammoths. Fort Dorjny Vort. Man, too bad we don't have access to war shrines, mammoths with war shrines on Ignavii. We will probably fight this, but I do wonder whether we want to do this right now or whether we want to hit up LAKOR for some stuff. I mean, we've been waiting for the final battle at the very least for a while. Huh, I do wonder. Oh. Huh. Do these armies disappear if you defeat LAKOR? Or will they immediately attack Kislev? I don't like how this army is here. But I guess we'd pop out of the rift in the same location, wouldn't we? So it wouldn't change much. Oh, also we could proliferate some cults. You know what? We should probably move the Villatrescas before we proliferate cults, because there may be a few Villatrescas somewhere in this region that can activate a few new cults. Alright, you know what? Nkari, I think it's time, buddy. We will go through the rift and we'll see what happens. Right here, go to the Slaanesh rift. I don't want you to attack that army. I just want you to attack everybody else. Traverse rifts, close rift, and traverse towards the Forge of Souls. Cross to the Forge of Souls, confront LAKOR, and claim the prize. That's the idea. Enter the rift, go Nkari. Wait. We have superpowered unholy manifestations right now, so we could pop a speed, a weapon strength, and charge increase for 6% damage to Nkari's army. And it doesn't cost movement loss, does it? I mean, you're a little bit damaged, but 6% isn't too bad. Is it worth it, though, considering how crazy Nkari's army already is? I'm not sure that it is, to be honest. Maybe we'll leave it for Ignavii against the dwarves. Honestly, I don't think it'll make too much of a difference. Let's just traverse. And here we are. Now, here's the question. Once we've done that, does that auto-declare war on this faction? It does not. Okay. Okay, Nkari. Are you able to move? Oh, you gotta wait a turn. Oh, no. Come on, game. Come on. You got me excited for nothing. Alrighty, well, you know what we can do, though? Maybe we can have everybody else not attack this turn. Like, let's say you... Maybe you can auto-resolve Yechich without having to deal with all this nonsense. Man, a lot of these little armies out here. Can you auto-resolve this? No. Wait, perhaps. With the amount of money that we have, we can seduce 3 units, and hopefully the best units. So 1, 2, and 3. We can't get those. Okay, fine. 1. I want those Ice Guard. 1, 2, and 3. Damn. 1, 2, and... I guess we could take... Wait, 2k, 1.7k... We could take you. Seduce. There we go, close victory, and this time nobody dies. Beautiful. Why, thank you, Seduction. And I guess we'll give the Banner of Unholy Victory to the Herald of Slaanesh. Go. Lovely. And then, presuming that nobody actually attacks this army, will be good. Not gonna bother creating a vassal. We will bother to occupy, however. Hey, and we got perfect vigor out of it. Lovely. Wow, are there 2 of these armies in the same spot? Well, that's threatening. That is damn threatening. How many soul grinders are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in one army, and an unknown number in this one, but at least 7 in this one, possibly more. Yeah, 14 soul grinders at Prague. I don't think we can hold that off. Interesting. Wait. Okay, for a second I thought that this, we were at war with this army. Okie dokie. Anybody else need to move? I'd really just love to end the turn and have Nkari go through the thing. We should move the Villatrescas, shouldn't... Damn it. Alright, fine. You know what? We'll move the Villatrescas. Unfortunate as but it has to be done. Because it's part of the apocalypse plan. Villatresca apocalypse, I mean. Do you want to do anything here? Now, these guys are all giftified, and you have nothing that you can do in terms of cult for a while as yet. Villatresca next. You can cultify. And I would prefer that you do it to the northern provinces rather than the western, so actually go up here. Alright, go. Next Villatresca, you're at rank 5. You can try this. 18% to get wounded, ugh. Alright, well, that is what it is. Try it. Yeah, okay, I had a feeling that was going to happen, but it's not like you're going to establish a cult anyway. Honestly, a lot of our Villatrescas no longer matter because their new cults are going to be up so late at this point that we won't get any mileage out of them anyway, so there's no real point in building... Wait, what? Nah, whatever. If you fail, you fail. I'm actually kind of surprised that you succeeded, but well done. Maybe it's because I said if you fail, you fail. You, next Villatresca, anything to do for you? Yeah, see, 12 turns. There's no way we won't end the campaign in 12 turns at this point. At least I sincerely doubt it. You can still give some gifts, though, because we do still need at least a little bit more. 25% failure. Ooh, let's not do that one. 18 is a little bit better. Failure. Okay, how about you? Try this one. 17. Grand Vomitus 8. Let's do that one. Although I do expect Grand Vomitus to be dead within the next couple of turns or whatever. Yeah, there's the success. And another cult Neophyte. I'm not going to bother sending it to a Villatresca at this stage, though. A little bit late for that. Alright, continuing on the Villatresca Apocalypse plan. You. 25% for failure. What about this? 20% for failure, that's a little better. Go for that. And these are northern provinces stuff, yeah. You can't make a cult, right? 13 turns? Yeah, that's unlikely. We need new Villatrescas up here, new cults. I'd actually be faster to delete cults and then make cults that make more cultists. Even if it would be kind of annoying to do, so I'll think about it. Next Villatresca, you can do something to, I guess, Toxfarter. You can go for... And this guy, if you can reach him, 3% failure. I think that's pretty good. You should be able to manage that one, I think. Gutflag the Red Tyrant, huh? I don't remember that big name. Curious as to what it does. Alrighty, any more Villatrescas? I really strongly feel that there needs to be an auto function for the Villatrescas at the very least, or for, you know, cultists. Next Villatresca, just to go around and make cults and give gifts of Slaanesh to everybody automatically. That would be really helpful. Oh, you can actually make a cult, but do you need to? I don't think you need to, because we don't really need any more cults here. There you go. And another cult Neophyte, damn, starting to get these, which is lovely. And then I guess we go buildings, and then we end the turn. Dajin, I guess we can upgrade you. It's not like we're short on cash. Giant Home Mountains, Crack-a-Drac. Ooh, wait, did we finish our, Pandemonium now? I don't remember. But it would be nice if we did. Dance of Dreaming or Cult of Pleasure, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we're basically maxed out. I gotta say, compared to the other campaigns, Nkari's economy is just so incredibly strong. Writhing Fortress, hey, we finished a Pandemonium, so we now have the +2 control faction-wide. Very, very nice. Is anything actually dropping? We got -8 control here in the Gora Madney. I do wonder why. Just out of curiosity. Level of control, Plague is causing -6. Slaanesh, you don't like plagues? Okay. Corn Corruption -20. Oh, that's pretty hefty. We'll probably need to build a few more Palaces of the High Seductress there. And I believe we're good. Alrighty, well done. I guess we end the turn. We hope that the dwarfs don't attack us, because if they do, we probably won't have time to do Nkari's thing this episode. But if they do, then we'll have a nice field battle. And if they don't, well, then we'll have an even nicer field battle against LAKOR. Do you want to get renowned and feared? I want you to. You have Hellish Stride. We could get a little bit of bonus for your Demon Nets, or we could get a little bit of bonus for your Spawn. Either way is fine. The Demon Nets is probably the much stronger upgrade than the Spawn is, and you'd probably have enough points to get both. Actually, no, you wouldn't, not since you're through the blue line. But I do want to get the Glamour of Slaanesh. Yeah, fine. Get Demonic Inspiration. Alright, good enough. And then you two are Gate Summoners. I love you too. You're very, very nice. Deadly Blade for you, friendo, and... let me guess, Deadly Blade for you? I guess we could go Scarred Veteran, but let's go Deadly Blade first. Alrighty, then let's end the turn and let's see what happens. Ooh. No, it wasn't research. It was something, but it wasn't research. Actually, do we want to Unholy Manifestation you? I'm still not sure whether it's actually worth it or not. I do probably want to use Cult Uprising on somebody at some point. If we could Apocalypse this... no, it'll take 4 turns. I really gotta pay attention to that Great Slaanesh's Great Game Ascendant. Anyway, let's proliferate cults as well. Terracotta Graveyard. And yes, that's exactly where we wanted it. Well done, game, well done. Let's get more cultists up. 3 turns, actually, not that bad. Greyling Moot. I don't care about that one. Zoishank. Sure. Get more cultists out of... or get more devotees, rather. I keep confusing the words for devotees and cultists. You know what I feel like is weird? I feel like the cults don't proliferate by themselves enough. You know, like sometimes there's a random event where the cults spread, but I mean, like, look at this. Look at all the cults here, preparing for the Villutresk Apocalypse. They should really be starting to spread out on their own. But anyway, I believe that's it. Let's end the turn, and let's see who gets to fight this episode. Will it be Nkari, or it will be the original Ignavii? Or the main Ignavii? Ignavii Prime. Damn, that's what I'm gonna rename him, Ignavii Prime. And Moment of Truth. Dwarfs, will you fight us, or will you stay garrisoned? They will stay garrisoned, which means Nkari. Unless somebody else attacks us, it'll be all you. Alright, faction destroyed Slaanesh. Hope that is not us. Let's get to it. Do we need to level you guys? I think we have you pretty much maxed out, but you know what? We might as well, since we're here. Devastating Charge for another 30, or Indomitable. You know what? Get the Leadership, because you sometimes do get hurt. It's not like the charge is going to help you all that much here, and I'd rather you not die. We could try to put points in the Withering or Enfeebling Foe, but does it really matter? Well, actually, the Withering with the armor reduction might be fairly useful potentially against Soul Grinders. So not super awful. I think the one point in Enfeebling Foe is fine, though. Yeah, it doubles the duration. Actually, even at upgraded, doubling the duration for only 2 Winds of Magic isn't too bad. And you could essentially keep it up permanently that way. Ah, fine, just get the Enfeebling Foe. Actually, you know what, get 1 point in Woundmaker, and then 3 points in the Withering, there we go. And then you, friendo, you have everything, unless I'm mistaken. Yes, you do, so we can get you some Spread Corruption while we're here. 1 in Rome / 1 in the Forge of Souls. Oh, we also still haven't removed the Taint of Slaanesh, which is kind of ironic, but you know what, that's fine by me. Nkari is all about the Taint of Slaanesh. You heard me.
Empires forged, demons slain. The realm of chaos endured and mastered. The time has come to fulfill the final part of the pact. The spirits imprisoned in the Tome of Fates, now untethered. Combine into a single light, casting a shadow as they journey to the Forge. Where shadows fall, we shall step. A bridge revealed to the Forge of Souls. LAKOR is on the verge of godhood, but he has not ascended yet. What he started, we will finish. Destroy him and claim the power of the Bear God.
Well, that's the plan. Alrighty, LAKOR, you have four Slaaneshi and 4 Corn Grinders, but only 3 Tzeentch and Nurgle Grinders, which is kind of interesting. Aren't these 2 the superior Soul Grinders by virtue of the fact that they have ranged attacks, and you have less of those, maybe to make the battle slightly easier? Or maybe it was an oversight. I honestly find this army really weird by virtue of the fact that they kept just a little bit of all the other types of troops, but all these Soul Grinders. They really should have been different types of troops here. Although, who knows? Who knows? And the Shadow Legion is attacking. What do we get? Well, we get the summons that we usually get, so that's pretty normal. Let's get to it. Time for a duel with LAKOR. I would like to maybe see if we can't get Nkari to duel him one-on-one. Let's find out.
I sit upon the precipice of godhood. And you have the gall to believe that the bear's carrion is yours. Come then, try and take it. Your damnation is inevitable. Your musk shall cease.
Your damnation is inevitable, he says to LAKOR. Well, I think that's pretty much true. And now, before we get started with the actual battle, as Nkari runs in and does whatever he pleases, as he usually does, let's just take a quick glance at this map. And you got to love this map. It's absolutely fantastic. If you don't love this, if this map does not put a huge smile on your face, I think there is something very, very wrong with you. And I love the whole demon punk aesthetic that we've got going on here. Lovely. And these completely pointless skulls here, and by pointless I mean completely necessary, of course. Yeah, loving all the detail of the pipe work. Ooh, yeah, demon punk is pretty glorious, I gotta say. Very, very nice. And ooh. Damn, those things, those are the I don't know, the elements of, I don't know the names of the elements of forges, but that's obviously part of the forge, but damn. And I'm quiet because I'm just really appreciating all the details. And then there's LAKOR himself on his throne, sucking up all that energy. But, you know, only Nkari is allowed to do that. So we're going to take that throne away from him and banish him. Ooh, more skulls worked into the... oh, this is a skull within a skull. Gotta appreciate that. Ooh, some sort of spinning chaos altar thing. I don't know what it is, but I still love it. In fact, wait, what's on this? Okay, it's mirrored over on that side, and yeah, okay. I think that's enough. Also, the sky is quite lovely as well, and I don't know what that thing is, but there's energy being sucked out of that as well. Huh? Actually, is there any way to see Urson here or not? I don't think there is. I guess it would be behind LAKOR in some way. Maybe they could have made a little window to see Urson back there or something. But it doesn't look like it, or at least I don't see it. Oh, and this whole thing is a giant skull as well. Well, yeah, I guess we could have guessed that from the pictures. Anyway, let's get to the actual battle. This is just the first of the, what are these called here? The face of the forge, the soul of the forge, and the depths of the forge. Okay, so this is the first of the soul forge elements, or whatever, forge elements, and we're gonna take the first one. Unfortunately, there are no real good units defending it, so they will fall extremely quickly, but not to worry, the first wave will be upon us very shortly, wherein we'll actually have to make a fight of it. And nobody's gonna get hurt here. Nkari started the battle, and let's see how many kills he got while the rest of the units were moving on. 32, pretty good. Not too bad at all. Alrighty, there we go, and it's being captured, so we might as well speed this up, build some towers, and head to that first wave. So here it comes.
By the hair forged.
Alrighty, here we are, the first wave, and it looks like Flamers of Tzeentch are going to be on the field first. Obviously, we are going to be using all the towers that we can afford, though the fourth one is not yet affordable, because as we know, Slaaneshi towers are very, very good. I do imagine that Slaanesh has something of a tough time in this particular... well, maybe actually no. You know what? Nurgle has access to its soul grinders, which means range. I'm just thinking of which particular faction would have a tougher time in dealing with this particular setup. Actually, this setup does remind me of the Khorne map a little bit. A, because it's sort of a straight shot from the start all the way to the end. So it's a little bit Khorne-like in that regard. Plus, on top of that, we've got the fact that there are no, like, crazy... Well, I guess that goes partly into the straight shot thing, but it is... it's just easy to reach the center. But, yeah, if we had range units, this would make it a lot easier to defend. Anyway, Nkari's gonna play around here in the center by himself for a little while, though he is starting to take a little bit of damage, dropping by about 25% HP. We just gotta remember that he's able to heal quite well here. Gonna send a few units out, just our 2 soul grinders supported by our fiends of Slaanesh for now, while the rest of our units essentially sit here and guard. We can do a little bit of damage with our towers, with our really strong towers, while we wait. And then send everybody in once the wave has been, you know, depleted a little bit. Now, Nkari's been taking shots this entire time. He's dropped to about 25% HP, though once again, I'm not super worried about him because he can recover most of it as long as he doesn't go past his regeneration threshold. Gonna drop down a Pit of Shades right into the middle of this blob. Ooh, I like how it actually knocks back the Flamers of Tzeentch as well, as they are fairly big units. And there we go. And it is actually nice to be fighting the forces of LAKOR. Nice little pose there, Nkari. Forces of LAKOR in that they are various different types of demons. Nkari likes a little variety in his life. And there we go. Now that Nkari's gone back into the fight, we're going to join the rest of the fight with our own forces to help him out. He's going to start healing. He's already back up to about half HP after dropping to about 25%, and the wave is down to a mere 13% as well. So our units have arrived, having taken no damage, which we have preserved for presumably the harder battles, wherein we will actually have to face soul grinders. As yet, since we're not facing them, why have our units get damaged, right? Alright, I wonder how many kills Nkari was able to get throughout that. Wave down to 6%, and he is at 155. Very nice, although 75 on the Fiends. A very good job there as well. Alrighty, and the first wave is done. Ooh, I wonder what it looks like when these teeth go away. Will they just disappear? Will they drop into the ground? Let's find out. Let's find out. Alrighty, very nice, and we are ready to head to the next location, the soul of the forge, right amid all this crazy demon punk stuff that we've got going on here. Good job not mirroring the skulls and making them perfectly identical. Really like this one with all the frickin' pipework coming out of the eye sockets and stuff. It's very, very nice. Glorious aesthetic. Anyway, we are going to speed this up while we proceed to the soul of the forge. We're also going to summon a few extra units, namely some demon nets, to tank a little bit and to take some damage rather than our regular units. So as you can see, we've summoned 4 regular units of demon nets. Now, new units unlocked, which will also be summoned fairly shortly. But first, we of course got to build up the towers, and we have 4 towers around on the perimeter as well. Oh, there's another skull thing here. And another one here, unsurprisingly. And very nice. Ooh. There's always more stuff to see on this map. Oh, cool. And that's, I guess, that is the heart of the forge? That thing, whatever it is, whatever energy-sucking thing is happening here. Anyway. Anyway, let's speed it up and go to wave 2.
You built an empire to sustain this futile quest. That is the first thing I shatter after my ascension. As I feast on Ursa's power, my soul grinders shall feed on yours.
Alrighty, here we are, wave 2, and this time we've got soul grinders on the field, and quite a few of them, as well as some chaos giants, which are, I wonder how they compare to soul grinders. I gotta get used to the vanilla version of giants, as they're very different from SFO giants, unless Game 3 has changed them pretty considerably. So first we're gonna move Nkari in to start dishing out the damage to said soul grinders. He hits real hard, 1.4k, and that's without the bonuses provided by Occam's Mind Razor, though he is now in a giant pile of soul grinders. We're gonna move some feeds of Slaanesh to help him out, as well as our summoned demonettes, and just drop a bunch of units in on this. And yeah, that is a considerable number of soul grinders to actually appear on one side of the map. Kind of an interesting choice that they appear there rather than from different locations. Like, why blob them up like this? A bit of an odd choice. On the bright side, that means we have to control our army fairly little in this regard. We just tell them all to blob up and attack the same direction and start fighting them soul grinders. There we go. Man, so many effects happening, it's kind of hard to see. The soul grinders are lost in a sea of demonettes. Sounds like a good time. I don't even know if I'm being sarcastic anymore. Alright, hit him, Nkari. Don't just stare menacingly at him. Come on. Come on. Pinch his head off. Or at least one of them. Pick one. Ooh, and down goes that soul grinder. See, all you had to do was actually hit him, Nkari. Don't just stare. Alrighty, go after the next one, buddy. Yeah, unfortunately, the problem with a big blob of units like this is everybody blocks everybody else. And ooh, Nkari's actually dropped to about half HP now with regards to his threshold, so we gotta be careful with that. We do have a gold weapon and armor upgrade now on him as well, so he's got 40 armor, which to be fair isn't that much, but 123 melee attack, and that's without the plus 40 melee attack we can get from a buff on him, which essentially makes it a guaranteed hit on basically everything. Well, maybe not a guaranteed hit, minus the whatever the chances to not get it. Get to like the base chances, I don't know, 5%, 10%? I have no idea. Ultimately, it's irrelevant because Nkari just destroys everything anyway. Alrighty, our demonette's moving past this giant, which is very, very badly hurt, and actually one of the last enemy units on the field. It's actually going to try to run off the field now, 820 HP remaining. I think it outlasted all but one soul grinder, so impressive job to the giant there. Otherwise, wave 2 is now at 18% and just about to go. We also have not suffered a lot of damage on our regular army, only the summoned demonettes, which is why we sent them in first. Alrighty, let's see the last of the enemy. I was about to say soul grinders, but this is actually our soul grinder leading the charge. Scream at him, soul grinder. There you go. Actually, that was more of a hit than a scream, but don't worry. You can work on yourself. And there we go. Looks like the wave is over. As we can see, all the enemy units have started disintegrating, and the center was held. Although the enemy really didn't. They didn't really try to even go up these directions, or I guess this direction. They were mostly fought and destroyed here. Yeah, there were a few extra units on the sides, and our quick-moving units took care of them. But yeah, it definitely feels like an odd choice to have the soul grinders only appear on one side. But all good. Looks like we're still going pretty strong. A little bit of damage on a couple of our Heartseekers and other units, but not anything to really be concerned about. Alrighty, that should open up the gate shortly. There we go. Oh, and it's even got a little animation with those gears spinning and stuff. And more soul grinders are taking up a vigilant position here. And is it one of each? It is indeed one of each. Although this does not seem nearly as threatening as the much more than that we just fought, so not really a big deal. We're going to move in and destroy them. We have also now, I believe, summoned a few extra units, or are in the process of summoning a few extra units, which is more Exalted Demonettes. Alrighty, and they can continue taking hits just like the other Demonettes. Man, this is a glorious map. Alrighty, running down this hill. There we go, and they're all gonna move in the center. You know, we haven't had a lot of actual fights where we have armies reinforcing each other, plus ones that have this many demonettes and stuff, so it's nice to actually see a sea of demonettes under Nkari's command here. It does feel like very appropriate, and it does actually make it look like Nkari's actually commanding, or has legions at his command. Very good. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to speed this up because otherwise they're going to take a lot of time to get there. We're gonna send our summoned units forth first, but we're also going to send our soul grinders and our heroes in to fight the enemy soul grinders. I am not, however, going to send Nkari, mostly because I don't want him to suffer any more damage as he's already at half HP, and I would like to, well, actually I decide to eventually send Nkari, but I do want to send him in first, mostly because he still has to try to get a duel going against LAKOR. At least that's the plan. Alright, everybody move on in. There's the Soul Grinder of Khorne engaged. And let's engage the others as well. The Fiends of Slaanesh moving out ahead. Not a lot of damage came in from the ranged Soul Grinders, unfortunately for the AI. And there we go, Nkari moves in once everybody is already engaged. Hopefully he doesn't take too many hits from this. But at the very least, he could end the enemy Soul Grinders very quickly with just a few hits. So... And there we go, I do believe we just got a Helm of Discord debuff going on the enemy, as well as the Withering. Actually, the Withering really did come in handy over the first fight against those Soul Grinders, and this one as well. I'm glad that I took the time to upgrade it. Minus 30 armor may not be anything crazy, but it's certainly helpful against massively armored units. Although I do once again got to point out that we got a lot of armor-piercing options on our side, including those Exalted Demonettes that we just summoned absolute masses of. And there we go, looks like we're down to one enemy Soul Grinder, which is currently disintegrating and shall drop shortly. Damn, I was hoping that it was gonna die in the middle of its attack animation, though I'm not actually sure whether that's possible or not. And there we go, we have arrived at the depth of the forge, and it's time for LAKOR to actually enter the field very shortly. But look, we've got the rest of our army coming in. That was with our summons, and we got more summons on the way as well. We can get a few more Soul Grinders on the field to act as more anchoring points, and hopefully preserve our army should we just in case need it next turn, as we are going to continue after this. At least a little bit. Alrighty, there we are. There are the Soul Grinders that were summoned, and let's get LAKOR on the field. Alrighty, there he is. He's gotten up from that throne. I bet his legs are asleep and that's why he's flying, because he's been sitting there for quite a while. It's a very, very nice looking sword though. I do wish that we could steal that. Damn. I really like that sword. It's a very nice effect. Yeah, looking pretty good, LAKOR. Looking pretty good. We'll see how effective you are shortly. Now, as I was saying, I want Nkari to actually get the duel, so we're going to try to move as many units away, hopefully force him to essentially engage a unit, and then use our bound army ability to lock him into position and just force him to fight Nkari a bunch of times. At least that's the plan. I don't know if it'll work out, but let's find out. In addition to that, we have a bunch of enemy Soul Grinders that are coming onto the field from, oh, I guess these are the locations where they're created, where they're being forged, as it were. Yeah, so they're going to periodically come out of these little, I don't know, well, mini forges, or whatever we're gonna call these. Alrighty, well, there we go. LAKOR is engaged. Looks like he wants to fight some demon nets, but Nkari's going to hit him in the back a few times. But we're going to just keep attacking him in Nkari, and then as soon as he is engaged, we'll move our demon nets away. Fortunately, the demon nets are not going to do a crazy amount of damage to him, and we should be able to stop him in his tracks very shortly. Also, we have debuffed him fairly considerably at 27 melee attack, and, well, 0 melee defense now, on top of 45 armor. Oh, and that's without the armor reductions. Man, he basically has no armor. He's almost like a Slaaneshi lord. Huh, interesting. In fact, Nkari has almost as much as him now because of the armor buffs. In fact, if we did the withering to him, he'd have basically no armor. Damn, that's not good for him, because if we were to just bring a pile of ranged units, we'd be able to really hurt him. I really like those animations with the sword, though. But anyway, Nkari and LAKOR, now it's time for you to fight. We're going to use that stop in place ability, and we're going to move everybody away. On the bright side, even though he did get a little bit extra hurt while we had all of our units here, it's sort of even because Nkari was at half HP going into this fight, and then so is LAKOR. So if they both start at half, I'm pretty happy with that. In fact, LAKOR has a little bit more. And Nkari's at currently 1k8 damage per shot, but that's after several of the buffs have already dissipated, because he did a lot of the damage. After all, it wasn't that one unit of demon nets. There we go, some very nice attack animations once again. Man, he really likes that jump up and drop down attack, doesn't he? Damn, I want that sword. It definitely looks nicer than the Wit Stealer sword does. I do wish that there was some more sync animations between Titanic units like this dueling. Yeah, sync animations would be really appreciated for demonic units like this, especially. I mean, lords in general, but yeah. Alright, let's see how the duel is going. Looks like, oh wow, LAKOR's down to 66 HP and in pretty bad shape. Nkari is just, honestly, Nkari hasn't lost really any HP to this fight. I mean, he has 87 melee defense, and LAKOR does not have a lot of melee attack, or has not throughout most of this fight. He should be falling quite soon. And down goes Big Boy. Where are you going, LAKOR? When LAKOR dissipates like that, where does he go? Does he gets banished? Huh. Actually, now thinking, what exactly happens to LAKOR I mean, does he just die? Or does his essence recoalesce at some point? Anyway, there we go, Nkari. You did a great job, buddy. I wish I could... Ooh, in fact, see how much damage you've done? 55k damage, very solid. And I believe LAKOR had 25k HP, so probably about 20k damage to LAKOR himself. Now, even though he's dead, this battle is far from over. 66% HP remaining, and a lot of elite units coming onto the field. We got Minotaurs and a bunch of Soul Grinders, so there's still fighting to do. Also really like this little demon grass that we've got with the LEDs. I like the glowing grass. All the demonic realms are just so aesthetically pleasing. Alrighty, best to kill some more Soul Grinders. Oh damn, that Soul Grinder of course knocking a lot of demon nets down, a lot of extra damage there. And due to the extra splash, blobbing up a little bit too much, but once again, it all makes it look like, you know, Warhammer artwork and stuff, with all the units very close together, even if that does seem like a terrible idea from a battle perspective. If the enemy had artillery, well, we wouldn't be in such great shape. I love the little duel between the Doom Knights and our Soul Grinder up here as well. And the Heartseekers come in to bail it out. Not that I think it needed it, mind you. There we go. Heartseekers versus Doom Knights. I love me some Doom Knights, but Heartseekers should be able to rip them apart without too much trouble. Alrighty, and away they go with about 25% HP. We're about 40% left on the wave, but still plenty of fighting to do, especially with more and more soul grinders popping onto the field. This one's going to charge into the back of these units, which we're working on some plague bearers here. We're getting lots of nice shots. Man, it actually feels like this battle is longer after Belakor is dead than it is while he was alive. You know what I mean? We killed him fairly quickly, but yeah, there's still quite a few units to fight. I love that area of effect scream, even though that's an enemy soul grinder. Alrighty, one of our Fiends of Slaanesh is in pretty bad shape, but this is a summoned one. I've kept most of our main army supporting each other and relatively together. 31% now, but more soul grinders moving onto the field whenever one dies. Oh. Huh, I wonder if that's how it works. Minus the fact that we don't have a Soul Grinder with Tzeentch on the field, but I just saw that a Nurgle Soul Grinder disappeared and then another one replaced it immediately after. Alright, Fiends of Slaanesh moving really quickly through those demon nets. And there we go, Heartseekers moving in. We've seen a single unit of Heartseekers absolutely wreck a Soul Grinder one-on-one, so they're quite good at this. Even if they are fragile, they dish out so much damage in the time that they have their charge bonus, they basically break a soul grinder. I mean, granted, they're max veterancy and they're buffed, but nonetheless, still solid. Alrighty, how are you looking? And you're basically dead. There we are. How is the percentage at 13? And more enemy units moving onto the field. They've actually charged us here. There is still battle to be had. There's a bunch of spawn fighting a bunch of Fiends of Slaanesh, as well as more soul grinders moving. Fury is dropping down. Absolute craziness. Honestly, I'm really enjoying this portion of the fight. Like, there's just so many. But it cannot last forever, and with 3% HP, 3% of the wave remaining, the battle should be just about over. We've separated a few of our units to try to chase down stragglers to lower that percentage, but otherwise, it looks like we've won, and it doesn't look like we will have lost any of our main army units, and only have taken hurt to our summons. There we go. Now that the main portion of the enemy is dead, we're just going to give chase. I do wonder whether the spawn will actually dissipate or whether they will actually fight to the end, or get banished or will fight to the end, because they're unbreakable, right? But the wave will be over, so they should in theory disappear. I guess we'll find out in a second. Yeah, since we're allied with the Legion of Chaos, it was really nice to fight multiple demonic units at the same time, as I was saying at the during the very first wave. And, are these guys fighting till the end? Well, they're debuffed to heck, and we're at 0%, but I do expect the battle to be ending any second now. And there we are. A victory, and it just says victory. It doesn't even say what kind of victory. Come on, game. Come on. At least, I'm just wondering, is that only because this is a special mission, or can it normally just say victory, like not specifying the type of victory? Regular victory. Anyway, a nice regular victory for Nkari. Let's see what the actual damage is, and I guess we'll watch the last of the cutscenes. Go. Alrighty, there we go. I gotta say, I'm pretty damn happy about actually getting Nkari that duel with Belakor, who, while being tanky, only did 3,400 damage. Though, to be fair, also, we did debuff him quite significantly. I still really like that sword. Otherwise, we didn't lose any of our units, though some did take damage. In terms of performance, it looks like Nkari won by a very big margin. I think in terms of damage, he did 3 times as much, no, 2 times as much as the next damaging unit, which would have been our Heartseekers. And the Fiends did pretty good as well, 27k, very nice. Very, very nice. I wasn't expecting that much damage. The least damage came out of our Hellflayers, but to be fair, considering the types of units that were brought, i.e. a lot of those Soul Grinders, the the Hellflayers were never going to do too much there. In terms of this, I guess considering we're trying to do the Apocalypse here, we might as well go for Entice Captives and get those extra devotees for our trouble.
Dance to my will.
A battle to draw the gaze of the gods. All breathe a sigh of relief, for LAKOR is vanquished. Godhood is lost. As was foretold, shackled within the depths of the forge was the body of Ursun, the once mighty god of Kislev. The arch-tempter stands before the lifeless god, the bear's anguished spirits still lingering among the shadows. Divine sorrow, captured and preserved. Ursun's torment is treasured and savored. At the prospect of Kislev's coming suffering, Nkari moans in rapture. Glory to Slaanesh. One drop of Ursun's blood was enough to break my curse. The taint purged from the tome of fates. Now it is mine to command. A pure white crow, the lone witness to my ascension. Come, little one, what fate awaits us?
You get him, narrator. There we go. Well done, Nkari. You're not stuck here permanently, are you? Here we go. Travel towards the Forge of Souls campaign of victory. Oh, I never gave this a read, did I? Or maybe I did at the very, very start. Let's just give this a read just in case. I don't think I did. The rifts are open, permanent tears in the mortal plane. Use them once more to traverse towards the Forge of Souls, for LAKOR seeks nothing less than godhood. He will feast on what remains of Ursun, consume the bear's power, and ascend to challenge the ruinous powers. Now you have collected the 4 twisted souls, unleash them within the realm of chaos to light the hidden path, a bridge of shadows to reach the Forge of Souls, confront and defeat LAKOR before he becomes a god. Yeah, I don't think I read that, but probably should have done it before. So anyway, there we go, reward campaign victory. Now here's the question. LAKOR has been defeated, forced back to shadow. The curse he so despises has worked so hard to break, has been gleefully reinstated by Tzeentch. But the changer of ways isn't done with the first demon prince yet. He makes LAKOR a final offer, a way to manifest his physical body once more. Eager to grasp any advantage he can, the Dark Master agrees. He, above all beings, should have known that no deal with the Great Deceiver would be so simple. LAKOR, temporarily at least, has got his body back, but to his bitter rage, the terms of the agreement soon become clear. He must serve the very foe that defeated him. He must serve you, if you allow it. Continue campaign, obviously. Obviously, we still have a Villatresca Apocalypse to do. Now, what are the 2 options with LAKOR? So LAKOR is at your mercy. Will you force him to serve you or banish him back to the realm of chaos as a pitiful shadow? So either we get him or we get a massive amount of hero and lord recruit rank that we don't care about, control that we don't care about, growth that we don't care about, income that we don't care about. I guess we're gonna have to keep him. For many other factions, this would be a very useful buff, but for Nkari and the Seducers are already too good. They don't need this. We'll keep him. Tzeentch's curse will ensure he shall obey you. Use his power against your enemies. Will do. Hi, little buddy. Oh, he starts at level 20, not bad. Oh, I really wish he didn't start all the way at our capital. Huh, now here's the question. Does the Legion of Chaos disappear? It does not, it's still out here. But it's also, weirdly enough, not at war with us. We just... So what does it do? Huh. So it is at war with the human factions, I gotta remember this for Boris, but it is not at war with us, interestingly enough. Maybe they disappear next turn, or do they just keep walking around wreaking havoc? I mean, there's a lot of them near our territory, but if we're not at war with them, we don't really care. Either way, Nkari, you're gonna have to go back to Kislev and heal up for a turn. I don't trust it otherwise. And oh, the rifts that are currently on the field don't actually close, and we don't want to close them for anybody because they, well, they will keep pumping out corruption and all that sort of stuff. Now, before we call this episode, I just want to take a quick look at LAKOR and what you've got going on here. The Dark Master is a Hex -40 melee attack. You have the Lore of Shadows, makes sense. Though I feel like LAKOR should probably have a unique lore, like partial Lore of Shadows and partial something else at the very least. Whispers in the Darkness, an area hex that removes the leadership and immunity to psychology. Lord of Torment, free regen, makes you probably a fairly strong tank. Yes. Oh, and it gives you power recharge as well. Effect intensity increases by each enemy unit in range with leadership wavering or lower. So similar to our units. Casualty or punishment time very quick, wound recovery time reduction, and I believe that's it. Nothing too crazy in here, just a relatively strong lord. Aw, he looks sad now. Poor little guy. Have some pets. Alrighty. Well, anyway, this was the final battle, but it's not the final episode because I still want to do the Viltresk Apocalypse. I say probably 1 or 2 more episodes remaining where we will get more fights, I think. I don't know whether the Viltresk Apocalypse will actually be as epic as I think it will, because I don't know the power of the armies that get summoned by this. Either way, we just want to make sure that if this happens, ooh, wait, how many turns does it take to construct a single Villatreska building? Wait, let's just take a quick look here. And I just have read refer to the cults as Villatreska cults now. If we take a look at Fort Dorjny Vort, for example, are there 2 little armies here? I wonder if they'll attack the dwarfs. Like, if we back away, will they go for them? That might save us time in apocalypsing things. Wait, is there somewhere where we have a cult? Yeah, you. A disciple army will be summoned. Oh, it only takes 1 turn. Oh, lovely. If it only takes 1 turn to do this, that means we can do it while still having the Great Game Ascendant Slaanesh, because I would like to keep that. Anyway, we'll try to figure this out over the next couple of episodes. Probably a couple more battles remaining. Might destroy Kislev for good, but we're pretty much there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that pretty damn epic, I gotta say, battle at the Forge of Souls, but more importantly, the duel between Nkari and LAKOR. Stay tuned for just a little bit more as we wrap up. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.